Yo, what up, what up, what up? It's your man, Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? Yo, I am so glad to be back inside the 3 Point Conversion Sports Lounge, man. And I pray everyone is having a great and wonderful evening. It's a little slow in sports, still a lot of stuff to talk about, but it's usually slow around this time, man, because we're in between the Super Bowl. Nobody's talking about the Pro Bowl. I can definitely assure you that. And and then the fact that we are we are getting ready ourselves to go back to the excuse me y'all, ready to go back to the Super Bowl ourselves to cover it. So we're excited about it. Excited about it. But anyway, like I said, we'll get to the Super Bowl later on, man. It's it's really time to get into some sports, what's in the news. And today we are talking about, I'm not gonna lie, I want to talk about the what's going on in Washington. So and we'll get to that in a minute. But every team that had a coaching vacancy has been filled, right? But Washington, well, except for Washington, why haven't we seen nobody be hired in Washington? And it's not because Washington is, at least what we know, it's not because they're saying, hey, yo, let's you know, we don't want him, we don't want them, but I'll get into that later on. Also, man, I got to talk about the championship game. I know the championship game was Sunday. You might say it's long gone, but no, we got to tell the truth and shame the devil. Well, we got to talk about what was going on with Lamar. Was that more of coaching? Was that Lamar wondering what was going on? I don't know. And then, of course, Dan Campbell, I don't know what he was thinking, but we're about to get into that. Some people think he was doing what he's supposed to do. Some people thought he was tripping. We'll talk about that. Also, we got to talk about the outburst in scoring last week, man. It's funny because Wednesday I talked about Embiid and I talked about Cat going for 70 and 62. But then we saw Luka score 73 and Booker score 72 in the same night again. I happened to witness it. I was at the game, covered it. So got to get into that. Also, man, more about the NBA All-Star reserves. That'll be announced next or tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow night. It'll be announced tomorrow night. So I'm gonna give you my reserve and talk about who I like, who I think should be a reserve. Some of you might not like it. Would Trey be a reserve? We're gonna get into that. Also, man, it's funny. I talked about this a few weeks ago. We talked about the 65 game rule in the NBA, where if you don't play, if you don't play at least 65 games, then you won't be able to be eligible for the NBA All Star. I'm sorry, NBA All NBA team. So, and that will cost a lot of people some money. So, and the reason I'm gonna bring it up because your boy Halliburton, who I talked about, he brought it up as well. So we'll talk about that. Yo, what up, Vince? What up? What up? So, hey man, we're about to get into this quick hits. Let's get it. So, and appreciate that, my brother. And if you can, man, please share, how we do. So, first off, man, we got to talk about the Seattle Seahawks, who have hired Baltimore Ravens DC Mike McDonald to become their head coach. And he will be the youngest coach in the NFL. He is 35 years old. It's funny because for the last I ain't say three, I'll say the last 15 years, it seems like every young coach has been successful for the most part. I mean, you look at Tomlin, he was 35 years old, I think 36, 37, something like that. Sean McVay was 18 years old when he started coaching. Wait, my bad. He was 30. But then you got the young boy right here. He's 35. So we're going to see what happens, man. we're excited about that. I mean, I know Baltimore hates to lose him, but Baltimore always replaces defensive coordinators. I mean, look at their history; they've always been the best, so they'll be good. But to see Mike McDonald get a chance, that's what's up, man. I think it's a good hire. I think it's a good hire. So we'll see how that plays out, though. Moving on, man. Speaking of coaching, Jerry Jones came out. He was asked about Bill Belichick because right now Bill Belichick looks like he's not going to be coaching this year unless Washington, pulls the trigger. But Jerry says there's no doubt that he can see himself working with Bill Belichick. But can Bill Belichick work with Jerry Jones? Now, we all know how Bill Belichick is, right? We know Bill Belichick. He's a control freak, which he should be. It's his team. He was one of the last coaches to say, "Hey, y'all, this is I'm going to be the GM as well. I'm going to make these decisions." So you got him doing that. Kraft never messed with him. That's why they never butt heads. But we all know how Jerry is. Jerry likes to dibble and dabble into it and make statements. He likes to talk. Bill hates to talk. That might make sense. It might work out. But still, if Bill got to answer every time Jerry Jones says something crazy or mind-blowing, Bill hate talking to the media. He hate talking, period. So I don't know how that will work out. Which I know if you Mike McCarthy, you kind of looking like, oh man, I know this joke is not about to come from my job because that don't seem right. So basically, I understand, and Jerry is very transparent, but if he answered that question, more than likely, if Belichick don't win, not Belichick, but McCarthy don't win the Super Bowl, it's a wrap for him. It seems like, So we'll see what happens, but I can't see Belichick taking that job. I mean, it's a good job. It's a good team. I just can't see him working with Jerry Jones. It's just not a good match from his perspective. I just can't see it. I'm sorry. But moving on, the Angelos family is selling the Baltimore Orioles, or they sold the Baltimore Orioles to two private equity billionaires for $1.725 of them things, billionaires. So we talking about it was $1.725 billion that he sold it for. Wow. Thought I would never hear that. I remember we used to say billion when we were little kids. We used to just make it up, billion, a trillion. That is actually real. But either or. But Cal Ripken, who used to play for the Orioles, the Orioles great, and Grant Hill, the NBA great, are a part of the investors. So Grant Hill, he's a part owner of the Hawks, and now he got his hands in this, and to see Ripken in this is pretty dope, So that's what's up, man. That's good to see that. Moving on. So I gotta play this clip, y'all. I'm gonna just play this clip.
And tonight it was the battle amongst the best in the West. You guys take sole position of number one in the West. How did you get it done in this environment?
I don't know. And I'm going to take the fine because the refs did not give us no calls tonight. We had to play through every bump, every grab. I don't know. I don't know how we won tonight. Big shout out to my team. Big shout out to my coaches, for sure.
I'm gonna play that one more time, y'all. That is funny to me.
And tonight it was the battle amongst the best in the West. You guys take sole position of number one in the West. How did you get it done in this environment?
I don't know. And I'm going to take the fine because the refs did not give us no calls tonight. We had to play through every bump, every grab. I don't know. I don't know how we won tonight. Big shout out to my team. Big shout out to my coaches, for sure.
So, as y'all saw, Anthony Edwards made this comment after the game. They won, actually. They played OKC for first in the West, and you saw how he felt. Sure enough, the NBA fined him. They fined him $40,000 for that comment. Come on, y'all. Y'all been. I almost said something. I know we can cuss on here, but come on. Like, he didn't say anything wrong. I know that's the law. That's the letter of the laws. Can't say anything about the refs, but why not? Why? Why can't you criticize a ref if they make a mistake. Now, if you bash them and say they're horrible and that, no, he said, I don't know. He said, that's like they try to do this and do that. I mean, I understand you're trying to worry about the integrity of the game, but why not? If they made a bad call, you should be able to address that bad call, right? I don't get it. Come on, NBA. Toughen up, baby. Does not get like the NFL. Toughen up. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know what? They're not like the NFL because, yes, the NFL is about their shield, but you can cuss at the refs, spit on the refs, and all of that. They just take it, you know. But, oh, come on, man. Y'all got to let this go. This is not right. You know what I'm saying? So I think Minnesota should pay for Anthony Edwards fine for saying that, man. He was speaking the truth. So, but I don't make those decisions. So, last but not least, 4 NHL players were charged with sexual assault in London, Ontario on Tuesday. So, Philadelphia Flyers goaltender Carter Hart, Calgary Flames forward Dylan Dubé, New Jersey Devils center Michael McLeod, and defensive Cal Foote, who also plays for the Devils. They all were charged with sexual assault. So, you know how I feel. If they did it, get them. If they didn't, justice should be served. So either or, we want justice, whatever, if it's for the whoever's charging them and making the complaint, or they didn't do it, we just want justice. Is how we do. So that wraps up Quick Hits. Yo, we're about to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Hey, it's Chuck the Iceman Liddell, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion.
So it is time for the hot topic, y'all. And yo, the hot topic is, and it's probably not hot because a lot of people are not talking about it, but I'm about to make it hot. We're about to shed light to this. So I mentioned Mike Macdonald got the coaching job for the Seattle Seahawks, right? So Atlanta Falcons, Raheem Morrison, I'm not going to name them all because I might forget him because I don't know. I can't even remember the Joker's name that coaching Tennessee Titans, but he got the job Tennessee. Seattle has their coach. Chargers, of course, Jim Harbaugh. Who else was out there? I'm missing somebody. Not Tampa. Carolina Panthers. They got their guy. The only team that hadn't got their guy is the Washington Commanders. So you say, okay, they might. Hey, they might not have got their team yet. They've coached yet. They don't like people they've interviewed. No, that's not it, because we've seen almost every coach, hot commodity that was supposed to go there, came out and was like, you know what, I'm good. Ben Johnson said he's good. McDonald said he's good. I think almost Eric Bieniemy almost told him I'm good. I don't know what's going on. Like, why all of a sudden is like no one going there? And yeah, Vince, you say Magic taking their time, but again, these candidates, they're calling Washington saying they're saying no, we're not going to take this job. We're going to stay here, go there. Why? Is it because Washington is such a bad job? I don't think so. And again, like Vince stated, you got Magic, you got new ownership. This is the time where you want to get with a new ownership, because more so they're going to go ahead and say, hey, we're going to let you take reins and do what you want to do. What you looking at, how you like your team being built. They're going to give you the keys. But that's not happening. Now, Ben Johnson, I'm not going to lie. I really believe they felt like, I wonder if they lured him back in because Detroit feels like they have another chance of going to the Super Bowl. They have a real good chance of going to the Super Bowl because, of course, the fourth downs, we'll get into that later on. But, that was basically the deciding factor. But everyone else has been like 4 coaches pulled away from that job and was like, yo, we good. So what's going on? Is it because they scared to work with Magic? I'm just playing. God forgive me. I'm just playing, Magic. I'm just playing. It's not that. But no, Really, who wouldn't want to work with Magic? So it can't be Magic. Is the owner, the new owner, is he what? A prick? Somebody you don't want to work with? I don't know. That hadn't came out yet. You know Eric Bieniemy is still under contract, right? Is it because they're not able to bring in their own OC, saying like, "Hey, we want to bring our own offensive coordinator"? Because again, Eric Bieniemy is still under contract. He's the only assistant that's still in Washington. Yes, he interviewed for the job as well, but why do you have these coaches pulling out? And my thing is, yes, as a coach, you want to have your own, right? You want to have your own guy come in and bring your own OC and DC and all of that. I get that. But we are talking about Eric Bieniemy. We saw what Eric Bieniemy did last year for the Washington Commanders. They were like 28th last year, 29th in offense. Now, this year they were ranked like 15, something like that. That's a big jump for 1 year, especially with a new coach, which lets you know you're going in the right direction. Then it's not like, no offense to the quarterback, but Sam Howell, it wasn't like, I mean, he was playing well, but it wasn't like they just had an all-star quarterback or so. Is it that they don't want to work with Eric Bieniemy? Because I don't see why. Everywhere he's been, pretty much, you've seen his imprint on that offense, and they've done well. They've done good. And it's not like Washington has a lot of talent offensively, right? I'm starting to wonder, and I brought this up last year, y'all. I mean, not last year, but 2 weeks ago. I brought this up 2 weeks ago. Or was it last week? But I talked about how can we honestly say, or is it time to say that it's not because Bieniemy is black? Because we've seen, 3 black coaches get hired, I believe, this year. So far, I believe 2 or 3. But I don't think that's it. I'm starting to think that it's something about him. I don't know what it is. I met him. He's cool to me. I like Bieniemy. Easy to talk to, but what is this trail that's following him? What's this little stench that's stinking that people don't want to be by him? Or they don't want to give him a job? What did he do back in the day? I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna tell the truth and shame the devil. I mean, did he sleep with a white woman and they mad at him? Did he call somebody out their name? Was he disrespectful? Or did somebody plant something on him where he's really not, I guess he shouldn't take responsibility of it, but they're putting it on him. I don't know. It's something, I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. But for some reason, I don't understand why he's not getting a coaching job, even though he did interview for the Washington job, so that's good. Or are they saying we're going to give it to Bieniemy, we're going to still interview everyone else, but right now Bieniemy is our number one choice and it's getting around? I don't know. I'm pulling stuff on my hat now. I don't know. But it just doesn't make sense. We're right by the Super Bowl and you still haven't hired anyone to coach. But again, a lot of people are pulling out from the interviews. I wonder what the players are saying. I should have brought in Candy, my girl Candy. What up, Candy? From Booby Sports. I mean, she covers the Washington Commanders. Should have brought in Darrell Owens. He covers the Washington Commanders. I don't know what it is, but I think we all need to start talking about this and bringing it up because, again, they have the number 2 pick overall. Why wouldn't you want to go there? Because now, like I said, you can start over. You can pick your quarterback. You can make that trade with the Chicago Bears, give them 3 first-round picks. But I've just said, why wouldn't you want that job? What up, Jerry? My guy, Jerry, man. What up, bro? Kansas City Chiefs fan. But I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I really think, again, we need to, this need to be brought up. Like, they need to start talking about this on TV and everything. Yep. Talking about Eric Bieniemy. I don't know, Jerry. It's something, I don't know if it's him or I don't know if everybody don't want to go. I don't know. But all of these coaches are pulling out from that job. And Bieniemy's the only coach, assistant coach that's still on the roster, that's still on the payroll. So basically, they're saying he's staying. I wonder if that has something to do with it. I don't know. Like I said, I'm guessing. I'm assuming. Yeah, I don't know what Washington is doing. I don't know. But we need to shed light to it. That's all I'm saying. We definitely need to shed light to it. And then I'm going to transition, man. I want to talk about the championship game. I know it was Sunday. Yeah, people talked about it, but I hadn't talked about it. And I want to start off with what was going on with Lamar. I know everybody was questioning that. Was it the coaches? I should have named the show Let's Assume, because with that, nope, he's not the head coach yet. but with Lamar, he wasn't running, and I was told they had like NFL films. I forgot what it was, but they were saying like with Lamar, he was trying to no, he didn't know what was going on, and you had OBJ telling Lamar, like, they was on the sidelines, like, yo, man, we need you to play your game. Yo, do what you do. Run. They can't stop you. This is what you do. Do that, right? But he didn't do it as much, right? They only ran 6 running plays. I'm not counting the plays where Lamar scrambled. They only ran 6 running plays. Now, if all of you follow the NFL and you know what Baltimore does, they run the ball. I mean, Lamar had a great passing year, but it wasn't like Lamar threw for over 4,000 yards. He didn't throw for 38 touchdowns. He was balling, but because they ran a lot, they ran the bread and butter, and they weren't doing like, all right, a lot of quarterback design runs like they usually do now. You didn't see that. They were running the ball. So can we blame it on the coaches? Maybe. Maybe. And Jerry says, I think when the Chiefs got up, they panicked. I'm glad you said that, because I really think not the coaches. Well, the coaches should have ran the ball. Y'all put that on the coaches. But I think Lamar, with him not using his feet like he normally does, it was some plays he did. But I think the pressure got to Lamar, honestly. And that's my guy. I'm rooting for him. But I think the pressure got to him as far as, I'm going against Mahomes. I'm in the AFC Championship. They say I can't win it. They say I can't win the big game. So let me show them I can. Let me show them I can do it with my arm. They say I can't do it with my arm. Bill Polian said this. This guy said that. And I believe he got out of character because he was trying to prove himself. We all heard LeBron James say, he told me personally, like off camera, he told me I could say it because he later on said it on his podcast. But he told me personally that the reason why the only time he didn't have fun was the first season in Miami. Why? Because he was trying to prove everybody wrong. So I'm wondering, was Lamar trying to prove everybody wrong? Because he stayed in the pocket. When he had chances to run, to his credit, yeah, he looked downfield. He was trying to make something happen. But at the same time, Lamar, you gotta do what you do, baby. This is what makes you Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta do what you do. And he didn't. Yeah, you definitely gotta give it up to the Chiefs defense. They play a heck of a game. You're right. But the combination of Lamar overthinking or trying to prove people wrong, and then the coaching staff, for some reason, saying, "Hey, y'all, let's throw the ball 5,000 times." Because the funny thing was, the Chiefs didn't do that. They went down by 20 or 17. Right, that was the plan, to make him a pass and play to run. And they fell right into the trap. I don't know what made them fall into the trap, because why didn't you run the ball? I put that on the Ravens coaching because it was a bad game plan. But at the same time, Lamar has to take some of that blame because he decided not to run. He decided to stay in the pocket. He decided not to use his greatest weapon. Because I know if he would have ran more, that would open up the passing game. Because now that spy really has to stay there. Now you're actually playing what? Because I think Chiefs were blitzing sometimes too. So now you have an advantage, or it's one-on-one. And I mean, Baltimore's receivers, they're not the greatest, but I believe they can get open. Now, granted, Chiefs cornerbacks, they did their thing. They're very good. They bought out. But at least with Zay Flowers, I believe Zay Flowers could have got open, which we saw him do. Yeah, the little, which was, I thought was bogus when they called the taunting on him. But now the NFL acting like the NBA with that. But I still feel like, yeah, you gotta use Lamar the way you use Lamar. You gotta run your regular offense. You know what I'm saying? You weren't down. Run your offense. Don't panic. It's okay. They dropped the ball. Moving over to Detroit. Now, we saw Detroit go for it twice on fourth down, right? Once Reynolds dropped the pass, it was right there, and then the other one it didn't work out, right? Y'all know I've said this since week one, and I've said it probably multiple times on the show throughout the season, that Dan Campbell is going to cost the Detroit Lions the game, either a big game or in the playoffs. I've been saying that. And that's what he did. Now, shout out to the executive producer, Danny Thompson. But my guy, Danny Thompson, he said, Ray, and first before Danny Thompson, Ray Lynn came out and he said that I think the Lions going for it on fourth down throughout the season was like 81%, something like that. And the kicker from 40 to 49 yards was 77%. So you say that's why he should go for it, right? Jerry, right. Too aggressive, right? At times, yeah. So that's why he went for it. My guy, Danny Thompson, said the same thing. That's how they got there. That's how you do it. You stay with what you have. This is what I say. It showed why he's a rookie coach in the playoffs. Because the greatest coaches, yes, you continue to do what you do when you get to wherever you get to, Super Bowl, playoffs, whatever. But it's more situational football now. So now some things you might alter or not do, or do that you don't normally do because of the situation. You don't have tomorrow to live if you lose. For instance, 49ers come out at halftime, they score what? Um, they score what? I think they scored a field goal, right? They were down 17 at the half. 49ers drive down, kick a field goal. Baltimore comes back. Very next drive, and they get down to like the 28-yard line, right? It's fourth down. And not fourth and inches, but it's fourth down. I forgot what it was. 4th and 3, 4th and 5, something like that. Why in the world would you go for it? Well, they usually get it. And let me say this. Ben Johnson is the best when it comes to those type of plays, which that play almost worked, right? It should have worked. The best at calling those plays. But this is why you don't do that. If you're up by 14 and a field goal puts you up by 17, what is that? That's 3 scores they have to have 3 scores to come back no matter what. They got to score 3 times. If they haven't scored, they only scored what, twice, and one was a field goal, and you had a 17-point lead or 14-point lead, what makes you think all of a sudden they're going to score 3 straight times without you scoring? Somebody talk about, well, they did it. Yeah, you know how they did it? Because they missed the 4th down attempt. And then what happens? The momentum switches. And in the playoffs, we all know, if you watch football, you know football, when the momentum switches, it's a wrap, right? It's going to take a while for that momentum to stop. But not only that, you're not playing the New York Jets. You're not playing the Chicago Bears, in which we beat them because they did that to us and they didn't get it and we beat them. You're playing the number 1 seed in the NFC. Or what if you was playing somebody else, but you're playing the best right now when you get to the NFC Championship game and playoff, but NFC Championship game. And it didn't work. Then you do it again. And you don't get it. Now they have all the momentum because you saw 49ers the first time. They scored twice. They tied the game up. They tied the game up. Then Detroit comes back. 49ers score again. I think that's when Detroit tried to go for 3. Or even if it was after the 49ers took the lead. Either or, bruh, what are you doing? Why? Because again, you have to take the points. You got to know your situation. Especially that first one. You cannot be down 14. Up 14 and don't kick a 44-yard field goal. Yeah, the referee, he might have, not referee, but the kicker, he was 77% from that. So what? That's what you pay him for. If he miss it, then you know what? It's on him. Nobody's gonna say, not even nobody. You can't get mad at yourself, or the team's not mad, because you made the right choice. But we saw it. You can't do that, man. Like I said, ask all the great coaches. We've seen Belichick. We've seen Tomlin. Every great coach will tell you it's all about situational football. That's what it was. Ben said, I was told Campbell had Laporte on his fantasy football team and his opponent had Bagley as a kicker. That must have been it, man. That must have been it, because he sure wouldn't give him a chance to do it. I don't know. Oh, that's funny. I don't know. But again, I can't. Right. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Like I said, I don't get it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. We'll see if we'll see how they do. We'll see if they bounce back. And that's why I say I believe that might have been the reason why. I had to laugh myself, y'all. That was funny. But that might be the reason why Ben Johnson came back. I think they told him, hey, look, we have a chance to come back. The only reason why we're not in the Super Bowl is because of probably those fourth down blunders. We come back next year, we put ourselves in a good position. We can win those games. Excuse me, because we'll be better. So, but yeah, so I feel like coaching lost both of those championship games. Not just the players. I'm not saying players had nothing to do with it, but I think coaching was a big part, man. So I don't know. But look, we're gonna take a quick break and we will be right back.
It's Kalen DeLoach, linebacker.
This is Tyler Van Dyke. I play quarterback for the University of Miami.
What's going on? This is Shador Sanders. You're here listening to the 3-point conversion.
All right, we are back inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge. And it is time. This is time where I like to do, I mean, you might as well say this is on my mind, but no, I'm talking about news and things that's going on in sports. But this segment here is what's on my mind. This is where I like to pretty much, just talk about anything that's bothering me or something I don't understand, I don't get, I like, it's funny. Just, let me get something off my chest, man. And let me go ahead. This is what's on my mind. I'm gonna go ahead and, you know what? Let me play some music. I gotta be free anyway, so I might as well, man. So this is what's on my mind. So, All-Star Weekend, like I said, we're gonna talk about that later, but we're picking the reserves, or they're picking reserves for the All-Star Weekend is coming up next week, right? Or the week after that. Pro Bowl is here. That's this Sunday coming up. NHL All-Star is this weekend. I don't know if I have any hockey fans, but I want to ask, how many of y'all are watching those games, right? And I was thinking about it, made me think, should they just ban all of them? We seen what happened with the Pro Bowl. Like the Pro Bowl, I mean, right now they got it to where it's competitions, they got who can catch the best and make the best catches and all this other stuff. They got a flag football game, which if you don't have anything to watch, it could be all right, it could be fun, but it's not the actual game. It's not like, all right, y'all, I'm faking tackling and nobody's trying hard, and it's not that, right? I watched a fullback get voted in. Like, what is he gonna do there? For offensive lineman. But the recognition of being a Pro Bowl means you're one of the league. So he had a great season. NHL, you can't cross-check. And you might say, well, that's good because no one get hurt, all scoring, which you don't get a lot of in the NHL anyway. So that might be good. But not like the real game. So I don't think a lot of people watch NHL All-Star game, right? NBA. I thought they would change the format. They haven't yet. It has become the 3-point contest. It's boring. Nobody's playing hard, no defense. Should they get rid of that? I mean, keep the dunk contest. And even with the NHL, keep the competition skills, those contests great. Because right now with NBA, All-Star Saturday is what it is. That's all we care about, right? And it's dunk contest. We saw your boy come in, and it was great. right? But dunk contest is good. Well, like one every out of 6 years. Right now, the 3-point contest is and even the what is it called when the teams are going at it. This year you see they've added where Steph is going against I think it's Sabrina Ionescu. I think Sabrina. I think it's who he's going against. But I mean, come on, man. It's NBA All-Star. I need to find something else. We need to switch again or just let it go. I'd rather watch the dunk contest than the All-Star game at this point. And honestly, last year we didn't watch the All-Star game. We had fun, did we? Anyway, we'll keep that on the hush. Vince says, I don't care for the Pro Bowl. Definitely like watching the All-Star Saturday, but I pass on Sunday game. Exactly. Nobody was getting to. So I don't know what they're going to do, but I think they should consider maybe we should not have a game or maybe we should up the ante as far as money or do like they used to do with the MLB. Now, I didn't mention MLB, but that's the only game where they're playing a real game and they go in and play for real. But maybe you should do like the MLB did a few years back when they were saying the winner of that conference gets home court advantage to the finals. That might matter. I don't know. So, but like I said, that's just on my mind. One more thing that's on my mind. What I'm tripping off of is last weekend, right? Or last week, we saw Embiid score 70. We saw Cat score 62 same night. Then Friday, we saw Luka score 73. And Devin Booker score 62. It was dope, right? Dope to see that. Dope to witness that. I kind of wonder, like I said, I talked about it last week a little bit before Luka didn't score. I said, is the defense? Yeah. But who's going to guard Embiid? Luka was efficient as I don't know what. And then they start triple teaming him, double teaming him in the third quarter and the fourth. He went through an 8-minute stretch where he didn't score. And still scored 73. And then one of the last plays, he had an open three to seal the game, and he passed it up to someone else to get a better shot. So he was unselfish as well. He wasn't going for the record or whatever like Cat was doing. Cat was trying his best to score 70. And it was a night of cool. So I'm gonna pause the music real quick, and I want you to hear. I talked to Jason Kidd, and this is what he had to say about today's game, or whatever, as far as him and Luka. We saw Embiid and Cat go for 70 and 62 respectively, but then tonight with Luka scoring 73 and Devin Booker scored 62 tonight. What does that say about the NBA today?
These young kids are playing at a different level. When you can see the way that they can score the ball, the way that they can shoot it, it's different. It's in understanding Book, Cat, Embiid, now Luka. This is rare, but it's also just shows how the game is in good hands with these young players, and it's only going to get better.
You have some amazing players, man. There's so much talent in the NBA. I don't think you have ever been this much talent. I don't know, because I didn't watch NBA before, but obviously you have great names. But you have so much talent in the game that it's just insane.
So, as you see, the thing is, especially with Kidd, Luka's gonna say what he say. He's playing in today's game, but Jason Kidd to say that. I think it is, man. I think it's skilled. Yet the defense is not what it used to be, and I think that has something to do with it. I think style of play, but Yeah, NBA is in good hands. Good to see that. Good to see NBA happen like that. Yeah, appreciate that, man. Yeah, it was good. Like I said, it was on my mind. Just think about that, man. See that, but I never witnessed it. The witness just let you know to be there after Luka scored 20 in the first half. I knew you just had. I mean, the first quarter. First thing I said, like, yo, he might go for 70. That's what we're talking about, yo. He might go for 70. He might go for 70. And sure enough, we saw what happened. Saw him do it. It was exciting. You could feel it in the air, man. It was dope. I would never forget that. I still have the box score. I'm selling the box score for $5,000 if you want that box score of Luka scoring 73. I got it, and I got my fork. I got the fork that I had some potato salad. So I got the fork that I ate with that night. So I'm putting that on eBay as well. But no, it was dope though. It was dope to witness that, man. I would never forget that. You know what I'm saying? Like I never witnessed. I witnessed a 50-point game. You know, we trade like a few times, but never a 50-point game. When you see a 73, and on the night of Kobe's anniversary of his death, it was magical. So look, we're gonna take a quick break, and we will be back with the Stop It segment. Keep it locked.
Hey, it's Chuck the Iceman Liddell, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kyle Brandt. You might know me from Good Morning Football or maybe early 2000s Days of Our Lives. And you right now are enjoying the 3-Point Conversion Radio. You're watching, you're listening, you're loving. I love these people. They're dynamite. 3-Point Conversion Radio. Get it.
All right, we're back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. And it's time for the most infamous, the most famous Stop It segment. Let's get it. And you know what, y'all? Honestly, what Vince said, would that be the best game you've been a part of? As far as the NBA, yes. The best game was the buzzer beater last year in the Final Four. And next to that was Duke and North Carolina in the Final Four, believe it or not. So those are the games that I would say like are my best of all. Like I said, yeah, those were the ones. All right, y'all. So honestly, there's not a lot of topics that I have. Um, I honestly, I've been so busy. We got Super Bowl coming up. We got a lot of names. A lot of people we're going to interview. But I'm going to go back because I didn't give this a topic because I didn't even know this was going to happen. But, I mean, I got to give a stop it. This is throwback, y'all. I'm going to do it like this. I got to give a stop it to Bill Belichick. And this is like a couple years ago. I mean, so at one point, Matt Patricia was the defensive coordinator for the New England Patriots, right? One of the best. He ended up getting that job because of that, right? He got the job at Detroit for the Detroit Lions, right? And all of a sudden, Bill brings him back. And we never talked about this. I don't know why. A lot of people don't say anything because, you know, he just got let go basically or demoted from his defensive coordinator job in Philadelphia. But he was a defensive coordinator. Why did Bill Belichick? Do y'all remember that he was the offensive coordinator for the Patriots when he came back to the Patriots like 2 years ago?
Stop it. Stop it.
And remember, Matt Patricia was hired because he was one of the best defensive coordinators in the league. And the year when I think it was the year when Cam was there, you bring him back, or was it the second year or the first year? I forgot. No, it might have been 2 years ago when what's his name left, and you bring him when McDaniels went to coach the Raiders, and you make him your offensive coordinator. Like they should have part ways with Bill at that point. Like, come on, dog. Come on, Bill. But I was thinking, like I said, I didn't have to stop it, but I was thinking about that the other day when I saw him get demoted, and then the fact that Bill's not there, and I'm like, what was he thinking? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, he got to get that stop it. But y'all, okay. Vince, Jerry, whoever's listening, all right, y'all. This is where I'm gonna need y'all help. Because it's a family, right? And we got to talk. We have to talk family business, and we're about to figure out this NBA All-Star team, the rest of this NBA All-Star team, right? So we saw the lineups. You got for the East, you got Dame. Dame is your starter, and then you have got Dame, point guard for the shooting guard or the other guard in the East. You have who was it, y'all? Because I'm not reading it. Who was it? It was Dame, Giannis, Embiid, Jason Tatum, and who am I missing in the East as a guard? Who am I missing, y'all? Help me out. Like I said, I'm not looking at it right now. Golly, who was the? Oh, Halliburton. Sorry, Halliburton, right? Halliburton. So for the West, for the guards, which was shocking. I thought Drew was going. I mean, I thought Curry was going to get it, but he didn't, which is shocking. You got Luca, SGA, Shea Gilgeous, Alexander. You got Joker. You got LeBron, and then you got who was the other forward for the West? Well, I'm always missing this one spot. Who was the other forward for the West? I can't remember. Not off the top of my head. West. I can't remember. But either or, I'm about to look it up, y'all, because I'm drawing a blank. But we're about to go reserves right now. And all right, here we go. The West All-Stars, it was the starters. Who we got? Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Also, Kawhi and KD. Is that correct? So LeBron, it's LeBron, KD, I believe. Okay. All right. So here's my reserves. No. That's correct. Am I tripping, y'all? Did LeBron's a starter, right? I'm tripping. But either or, okay. Let's get into this. So with the East reserves, this is who I'm going with because James is starter. So So the KD didn't get KD is not a starter, right? Because it's Luca. It's Luca. I'm pulling it up, and for some reason it's not coming up. All right, here we go. Front court. Okay, my bad. So it's Kevin Durant, Nikola, LeBron, Luca, and Shea. Right. I said that. All right. So my fault. Here we go. This is who I have for the West. Now, this is for the West. And my reserves are. So I have Brunson getting in, okay? I got Brunson. Why wouldn't we have Brunson? Brunson, right now, Knicks are number 3 in the East. Yeah, if F and B gets healthy, maybe they might catch up, but who knows now because he might be out for a while. So I have Brunson. I have Maxey as the other guard. Maxey's been playing out his mind. Both of them averaging almost 26 a game, both around 6 assists, a little over 6 assists a game. And then you have they're like around like 3.5 rebounds, both of them, right? Yes, both winning, got to. My forwards, I have Jaylen Brown, because he's been playing the 3 this year. So Jaylen Brown, I got Bam Adebayo, and I got Julius Randle. I'm going with Julius Randle because, like I said, the Knicks are number 3. Julius Randle has had a good season. He started off slow, but the way he's battled back and he's played well since, been very consistent. So those are my 3 front court and the 2 guards, right? Replacements. Now we got two more spots. Vince, I have to go Devin Mitchell. I have to do Mitchell. And that last spot, because see, this is where it gets tricky. I don't think because Toronto wasn't winning, yes, he's changed, he's with Indiana, but because he wasn't winning, I don't think they'd get Siakam in. Because Siakam is like 23-7. All right. I don't think you put, because somebody say Jared Allen, I don't think he gets in. He hasn't done anything. Somebody say Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges hasn't been consistent enough. He's been balling. He's 23-7. But when you got somebody that's in the top 10, I think number 10 in scoring, number 2 in assists, believe it or not, number 8 in steals, you got to go Trae Young. I got Trae Young. He deserves to get in. You have to put Trae Young in there. I know they're losing, but there's no other player in the East that is playing better than Trae Young right now. We're gonna put Vince says he has Brunson, Mitchell, Jaylen Brown, Maxey, Bam, Paolo or Randall. And if he don't play, Trae Young will replace him. I thought Paolo, but 23-7. I'd rather go with 25 over 10 assists. And I get it. Vince says Orlando is winning. I get it. And I struggle with this, but I just don't. They fell back a little bit, right? I just don't think I don't think he gets in. I don't think he gets in. I mean, the fact that Trae is number 8 in steals, you got to go with him. In the league, when has Trae Young been in the top 25 in defense, in any defensive category? And I get it because I struggle with Paolo and Trey, but I'm just like, this might be the year. And I'm with Vince. Because I was going to say I was going to put Paolo in, and I say Randall doesn't get in, and Randall won't play, and they'll put Trey in. But I think it's the opposite. I think Randall won't play, and they'll put Paolo in. I mean, at this point, Trey's earned it. They looked over him the last few years. He's earned it. All right. For my Western Conference, these are my reserves. Western Conference, I have Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, right? I have to go with Cat. Right now, Cat is averaging, I think, 24 and 9, I believe. Just for the simple fact that Cat, that 62 game didn't hurt. But Minnesota has the best record in the West. You got to have two. Now, some people might say, why don't you put Rudy? Because Rudy could be the defensive player of the year. You got to go Cat. You got to give it to Cat. I mean, he probably going to whine and cry, but you got to give it to Cat, right? I think Cat is one of the reasons. I mean, all three. And maybe they might put all three because they do have the best record, and they could. But I wouldn't. I'll say Cat. Then you got to go Kawhi because it's either Kawhi or PG. I think the fact that Kawhi's missed, 3 or 4 games this year, you got to go Kawhi. But you can put PG as well, but I think PG missed more games than Kawhi. So just for the simple fact that Kawhi has only missed, 3 or 4 games, you have to put Kawhi in there because their numbers are basically equal. And then I'm going Sabonis. Sacramento is winning. You got to put Sabonis in. So that's the 3 forwards and 2 guards, right? Backup. So now we have 2 more spots. I'm going Devin Booker. And this is where it gets tough because you have AD, who is averaging 24 and 12. We can also add, who else was it that I was going to add? Like I said, Rudy Gobert, if you want to say three players from Minnesota because they have the best record. But I got to go De'Aaron Fox. This is the year De'Aaron Fox got to go in. He's playing out his mind right now. And all of the years he didn't get in and nobody expected Sacramento to be good. And I get it, back then you just had so many players that were good in the West. You got to go De'Aaron Fox. He has to get in. Let's see. Vince, we was close again. We was close to the last one. So you say Edwards, Curry, Kawhi. You say AD. Wow. Booker, Sabonis, and Fox. You take Cat out. LA's not winning. LA don't deserve 2 players when they're not winning. They're under 500. And of course, AD's missed some games, but AD is balling, but they're not winning, Vince. I can't do it. I can't give them 2. I can't give them 2 players and not give Sacramento 2 players. And Sacramento's winning that division. I can't do that. I get it. And that's what I struggle with. I'm not going to lie. But Cat got to be in there. If not Cat, Rudy Gobert. But it's going to be Cat over Rudy for me. But they deserve 2. But them playing like that, Cat got to get in. So those are my reserves. We're going to see what happens. Usually it's always somebody that don't get in. Yeah, I agree. Gobert's going to get snubbed. Zion. Yep. PG-13, of course. and Ingram. Yep. But I like what I have. I like what I have. Even Vince, what you said, I'm with it. I just think, again, I can't give LA 2 players and not give Sacramento 2 players when Sacramento is leading that division and LA is under 500. I can't do it, man. I can't. Speaking of not Cat, but speaking of AD. So I talked about it a few weeks ago. This 65 game rule, a 65 rule where you got to play 65 games. If you don't, you can't be considered all NBA. I talked about Tyrese Halliburton, and I think Tyrese Halliburton has like maybe 5 or 6 more games to where if he doesn't play, he's not getting into the he's not going to make or be eligible for all NBA, which can cost him $42 million if he doesn't. We just saw what happened to Embiid. I think Embiid had 10 more games, but we saw the injury. He missed 2, so it was 8. And then you saw the injury that just happened. How in the world you say, and I don't think you can be listed as MVP as well, I believe. Yeah. How can you not be MVP or all NBA when you're having a season like Joel Embiid? How can you not be all NBA when you're having a season like Tyrese Halliburton? They winning too. I get the rule. The rule is for the LeBrons. It's for the ADs. It's for people that's sitting. I get it. And take rest for the Kawhis. It's for the PG-13s. But when you're taking away from people who have legitimate injuries, now if you get hurt and you're out for the season, you still can be. And you played, I think they said at least 75% of the games that you played that you were healthy in. I think you still can be eligible. But to see Embiid not get it, now they say the MRI came back negative for Embiid, but still they're going to see how long it is for him. But Tyrese, this is a growing injury. I mean, this is a hamstring injury. Like, you just got to wait till that heals. You can't force it. They need to change this rule, man. They need to make some exceptions. They need to make an exception quickly and fast, because if they don't, it's going to ruin the NBA. Tyrese said, it's messed up, man. Some of these people, we have real injuries. He's like, but he get it. The owners want you to play. I don't think it has nothing to do with the owners. I think it has something to do with the fans. And with you not being eligible, I don't think it's the owners. I can't. Yeah, they want you to play, but I don't believe it's the owners. I believe this is all about not playing and fans, and you losing revenue because you're watching games on TV. Then they're not playing. They're not playing, and why am I watching this game? So I'm in a fantasy league with Vince, and he's been trying to get me to trade for Embiid. He kept talking about, I don't want Embiid. I don't want to trade for Embiid. I know, man. This joker out again, but yeah, man. I just want to see how this affects the league. Yeah, they're making their statement, but to see it go down like it's going, I just wonder how. I just can't see this standing like this, and I think they need to make a change. I think they need to make a change because it's definitely not right. It's definitely not right. So look, I'm gonna take a quick break. We got to pay some bills, and we will be right back. Sponsor Ortho Atlanta.
Have a sports injury? Need to see an orthopedic doctor? Ortho Atlanta is one of Metro Atlanta's largest orthopedic and sports medicine practices, providing orthopedic and sports medicine care for the whole family. With 37 physicians and 14 offices, the practice provides the highest level of care for injury of muscles, joints, bones, and spine. Ortho Atlanta offers convenient access to a full range of musculoskeletal surgeons and specialists. Ortho Atlanta also offers on-site physical therapy, pain management care, MRI imaging, and workers' compensation care. The Ortho Atlanta surgery centers in Austell and Fayetteville provide cost-effective, same-day surgical procedures in an accredited outpatient center. Hip, knee, shoulder, back pain? Ortho Atlanta has you covered with specialists in all areas. Same-day appointments, orthopedic care for the whole family. Ortho Atlanta, Atlanta's choice for orthopedic and sports medicine care. Learn more at www.orthoatlanta.com.
All right. I know it's, 8:13. Yo, you got to go. Tonight it's going to be a short night. I got to get ready for Super Bowl. Man, we got some big names, man, coming up, man. We've got hit by TJ Edwards. It was Alexander Madison, Dalton Schultz. We got Dawson Knox. We got who else we got? Believe it or not, we have Oscar De La Hoya. Hit us up about him. We got a lot of people already. You know, it's gonna be people there that we hadn't scheduled yet. It's gonna be walking around, and we're gonna can't wait. So excited. Hey, but look, I want to thank God for this platform, man, for giving me the platform to do what I do, say what I say, make you all mad, happy. Y'all want to give me the stop it button? God, I definitely appreciate it. I want to shout out our sponsor, Ortho Atlanta. What up, Doc? Doc couldn't make it tonight, but it's cool because we're doing a short show. Also, I want to shout out to everyone who listened and watched live. I got Vince, Jerry, I appreciate you, and everybody else who's watching live, man, who's listening to the podcast. Also, I want to thank my beautiful wife, lovely children, my nieces, nephews, aunties, uncles, brothers, sisters, grandparents, grandma. Grandma made an appearance. I talked to her. So I got to see me talk to her. Play cousins. Hey, let family know that you love them. Let them know that you love them while they're still alive. Love them while they can feel it. Appreciate you, Vince. Hey, man, appreciate you with you've been active on this. Hey, make sure you watch sports. You got basketball. If you want to watch the Pro Bowl, you can. NHL All-Star, college basketball too, NBA, Senior Bowl. Hey, you want to take? It says you want to take this too. Hey, y'all, eat good, drink responsibly. Till next week, same time, same show, same crazy host, same sports nonsense. When you miss me, I'm out. Peace. Next week.